not to toot my own horn, but toot, this article is really good. Y'all can look at the link in my bio for it. But again, this idea of femininity as being weak, illogical, incapable is just another example of the ways that femininity was demonized in European cultural thought, and it wasn't understood as complementary. It turned into an enemy of masculinity and what it means to be a proper human being. So it essentially became one thing to dominate, right? Do we see the connection? Please let me know if y'all see the connection. So again, these are some of the same ideas that plague indigenous people, africana people, Afro-indigenous people, black women, queer folk. It's these fundamental issues. That's why we have to get down to the root. I'm always get down to the root, baby. Root in my radical conversations here. We're not the fluff. Say the fluff. Say the fluff for somebody else. And down to the root, okay? And this also leads to the way that we are essentially associating ourselves with the earth. I seen Jadena, he talked about this. The way that we treat women is the way that we treat the earth. That goes back to what? The culture that dominates the world today, and the way that that relationship plays out within our psyche, and in the way that we relate to each other, and how that relation essentially mapped out and seen in our behaviors, not only towards each other, but the land. That's what created what we understand as capitalism today, and why we're in such a state of emergency in respect to the earth. So going back to this article, essentially how much we understand human difference and can deal with human difference is essentially how we understand and progress as a society, right? And that's what we need to understand when we think about cultural progress. That's what we need to look at. How do we interact with human differences and with our relationships with people whom are different from us? But we have to stop and recognize the tendency for us to create contrast and hierarchy between human differences, and how that is a serious part of us decolonizing, and how when we do that to each other, we are doing the work of colonization. So if that's something that you don't want to do, you have to be aware of the way that you think and the way that you move. And this all goes back to history and how we have to apply it, not just know it, but how does that apply to how we live, right? And this is why I love Africana studies, okay? And this is why I love guerrilla education. And I would definitely, again, usher you all to go to the link in my bio to see and read the full article, Yurugu, by me, okay? And you'll get more into the topic of Yurugu. But I hope this helps, and I hope you enjoyed.